So today we're back with another video. More work is getting done on the V12 Miata. I haven't really been able to get much done today on the car itself. I pretty much spent most of the day running around up and down, and I actually went to go and look at a color for this engine bay. Now it is quite a cool color, and I was thinking that if it is nice enough, I might just use it for the exterior of the car. For some reason I would really like to have the engine bay a different color to the rest of the car, you know, sort of like a complementary color. But since this car is kind of a sleeper, I think it would be cool if we had the engine bay and the exterior of the car in the same color. Now this color, it is quite an exotic color, so I think it would work well as engine bay color and an exterior color. But other than that, I still got to do the subframe. I got to get that prepped. I wanted to take it for sandblasting today, but that didn't happen, so now it's going to be manual labor. But that's going to be a simple color as well, nothing too hectic. So I really want to get the subframe looking good, nice and clean, so that we can get it back inside, and then we can start with the disassembly of all the stuff in this engine bay, and then start getting it prepped for the new paint. So I was just about to hit the subframe with the sander, but I thought I'd be smart and try and use a paint stripper first to get most of this off, because this paint is kind of soft and I don't want it to clog all the paper. So if we can get this thing fully stripped of its paint, or at least most of it, then we will be good to just sort of abrade the surface with the sandpaper to promote adhesion, and then we'll be good for paint. So this paint stripper seems to be working pretty well. You can see it's all coming off pretty easily, but I still want to hit it with a pressure cleaner, because there's a lot of these tight areas that you can't quite get into with a scrape or with a sander. So I'm going to carry on paint stripping, and then once I'm ready I'll hit it with a pressure cleaner. After the first bit of paint stripping, you can see that most of the top coat is off. We're kind of just left with like all this primer. So I'm going to let this dry. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait until tomorrow to rather just send it in for sandblasting. It will only take about, you know, half an hour. So yeah, I think we're going to do that. Got the subframe back and it looks alright. It's not bad for payment with a 6-pack of beers, I guess. I did say to them that they don't need to really worry about like these flat surfaces where I can get sandpaper, but I was really more concerned with places like this. But I see it is an awkward shape and it didn't really fit in the blasting cabinet. But yeah, like I said, for a 6-pack of beers this payment, not bad. So what's good, you guys? We're back after the long weekend, ready to get busy with the V12 Miata. And that's not to say that I haven't been busy with it over the long weekend, because I have. Just haven't been doing the things that we were busy with last week. I was busy with a couple of other things that will be coming up in videos to come, so that's going to be cool, more content. And we're still busy with the subframe. I have the mounts fully mocked up and they are ready to weld. So once these things are welded, we're going to be good for paint, and then we'll be ready to fit the subframe. But before I fit this, there's a few measurements that I need to take, because there's something that I have planned for this, which is going to be really cool for you Miata fans and possibly V12 Miata fans. So that's going to be a project on its own, but for now let's just focus on the subframe, getting it back in so that we can continue on with this project and get it done. So this is as far as what we're going to get today. I don't have I need a bigger drilling machine. That thing, yeah, it's not nearly big enough. The chuck isn't big enough to hold like a 16mm drill bit, which I need for this nut, because I want to drill the hole so that these nuts can go through like this, and then we can weld them on from the back. That's what I want to do, but unfortunately I'm just going to have to wait a little bit until I can get a bigger drilling machine, but that will be tonight only. I know you guys are probably tired of seeing the subframe, but this is going to be the last time that you're going to actually see it like this, until we get it welded up and, you know, get these nuts welded up and have it painted and installed.